Good evening. The word of the day is fly. I was in a field of hay today and it caused me to remember something that happened a long time ago. About 41 or 2 years ago, probably now, maybe 43. I don't remember exactly. But I was in this same field then and I was baling square bales of hay. A friend of my daddy's had arranged for us to be able to bale this field. A friend of his had allowed him to bale it, and he came to us and said, "That's too much work for me to do. Will you bale it on the halves?" So we were cutting, raking, and baling it for half the hay. And I was up there starting to bale it into square bales on a 1949 Model A John Deere with a 14T John Deere hay baler hooked to it. I was going around the very first windrow, and he wanted to get there and get going and picking the hay up just as fast as we baled it up. And he had an old single axle state dump truck with a great big farm trailer hooked behind it. I remember seeing it well, looking back at him coming around that first windrow behind me. And he had this young man who was in high school with me. I was in high school at the time, and this fellow was in high school with me too. He was a football player, and he was tough, and he was going to haul that hay. And I looked back, and they was coming around that first windrow, and all of a sudden that boy loading that hay took off and flew, looked like Superman going up across the hood of that dump truck, leaped it in a single bound. And I thought, my goodness, what is going on? What is happening back there? Well, I bailed on around and come in on the second windrow right behind him and got around there and stopped and looked, and he had reached down to get a bale of hay, and laying right across the top of that bale of hay was a copperhead snake that had went through that hay baler. And when he reached down to get it, he seen that copperhead right under them strings. And that's what sent him flying across the hood of that truck. Fortunately for him, they figured out that when that plunger in that hay baler pushed that hay back in there to bale it, it had went just right and cut that snake's head right off. So once they found the business end of that copperhead snake and saw that the head was cut off and they got it out of the way, they went back to hauling hay. And he didn't fly no more that day. And we got the hay up. So after we figured out why he was flying and got everything calmed down, we got the hay up, and it was a great day.